Well, I was always really interested in art, and I started with photography. After a while, photography became sort of limiting for me, just the one static image on the wall. And I noticed that one of the things I was most interested in was the sequencing of images. And that kind of led me into editing, and then video editing, and thinking about one picture next to the other, and then thinking about the soundtrack and the flow of time and how all of those layers work together. Bottleneck comes from, it's sort of a reenactment / interpretation of a famous catfight scene from Dusty Rides Again, which is a Western that starred Marlene Dietrich and Jimmy Stewart. And it's a scene that interested me for a couple different reasons and sort of stuck with me for years, and so I wanted to work with it. And so what I did is I worked in a completely empty white studio, and I have just a couple of props, and then the two women characters that are in the fight scene, and it's kind of re-performed the sort of act of violence, but then using the original soundtrack from the film. It was very fun to shoot. I think probably one of the favorite moments that I have of it is there's a sequence where they're across the table from each other, and they're throwing beer bottles and mugs and a chair. It's a little dramatic and fun, and but still kind of holds that edge of interest to me. One of the things that interests me the most about video or video art and how that's different than other forms of art is the fact that there's time. And I think that's one of the big differences for me. I mean, certainly time comes into making a painting or sculpture or an installation, but I think that the way an artist deals with time and thinks about time in a moving image artwork is much different, and that's one of the things that I've been most engaged with, is that idea of working with picture and sound and time.